Okay. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, this should be good enough. Right. Alright, alright. So the first watcher. Should maybe put some music on. Although I don't know if I'm allowed to. Anyway. If you can hear me, it would be great if you gave me an okay, a thumbs up in chat. Wherever you are that you're watching. Would be great. Anyway. Right, so the whole point of tonight is for me to set up the initiative classes and to calculate how the various units that we've got in our game are going to okay. Can I do gaming? Okay, that's my share this. This I don't need. Okay, so these are the classes. Initiative values. So it's going to be the class times 10, which is the base. This is going to be the base value. And then it's going to be plus 1 for first move. And then then I need to figure out a way to solve this for having the same type of unit on the board at the same time on the same side of things, right? So if, for example, the same unit, base unit, like for example, the auto flat is set down, then there needs to be a rule for, or should I just pick them at random? It would be a bit a bit tiresome to just continue adding up. Right, okay, so I don't need this one. So the main point would be for me to make a pool of all of the cards that should go at the same time and just randomly pick one, right? I'm guessing. But the main problem with that is that I always have to add to the pool of cards and, you know, like remake it every time that happens. So this is not very good in my opinion. It's not the best way to do this. Oh hey, there's somebody watching. Can you hear me? Is the sound okay? Would be great to get some feedback in the chat. So let's get back to it. Right, so this function is supposed to update my turn meters. Used to recalculate turn meters for units. All right. So the main problem that we have right here. Let me show off the problem right now. If I go to my scenes to the battlefield, the main problem right here is that we've got 12 cards on the battlefield, and these all have their timers, right? So what should I be doing to properly? I don't know. I guess I will do this. Let's just start off by building the initiative correctly, because it's not the class that matters as much. So, right. Just search for set initiative. Okay. So I'm just going to multiply this by 10 because I obviously want some way of telling apart between your turn, my turn, and so on and so forth. So basically, every initiative is going to get the class that it's got times 10, and then I will be adding when the match starts, when the battle starts, +1 to each of the classes for the first move. Oh right, and I will be adding and subtracting for the different classes, as in card classes, right? So if this is a hero, he's going to get another +1. If it's a riot officer, if it's a special card, it's going to get a 0, and if it's a normal card, then it's going to lose 1 point, right? So this way we can tell the difference between all the card types. So the only problem that remains at that point, because heroes will never be able to have the same class, it just won't be possible at all. So the main thing that we'll have to deal with the same initiative between units is going to be between units of the same type, trying to trying to calculate their turn timer for them. So +1 for the first move, +1 for hero, 0, wait, no, +0 for, what did I do? I did something wrong. +0 for special card, and -1 for unit. Right, so for example, if you take class 0 your hero, it's going to be not your hero. That's wrong. So not your hero, but let's take a hero from the list. Player Jeff, not class 0. Class 0? No, it's not class 0. So let's say that the card is Jeff and it belongs to the player. Then it's going to have the very high initiative. Yeah, the very high initiative for Jeff, which is 4. That's 40. And it's your first move. Right. Oh, hi, Sir. Well, that's a hard name. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Can you hear me well? Would love to know if you can hear me and understand me well. Sir Krzysztof. Is that a name? Are you Polish? That sounds Polish. Right, so if Jeff moves first and he's got a base class of 4 initiative, then we multiply that by 10, we get 40. Then we add another one, +1, which equals 41. That's false, okay. So that's another +1. Okay, so here is going to be the total. Because it's a hero, it gets another +1. It's not special, it's not a unit, so that equals, so let's put a minus here. No, it's not a minus, that's a bad idea. I can hear just fine, no lag as of now. What are you developing? It's a card game by the name of the Eridani Wars. Here's a bit of a sneak peek at it. It should be hitting the Android Play Store in about, I hope, a week. It's going to be in a pre-alpha development stage, and maybe we'll hit the what's it called, the Steam store, the early access store. I don't know. We'll have to see. So this is kind of like 6 against 6 cards, and yeah, I was working on determining the turn meters for our cards, because the game, let me go ahead and play it for you guys. The game kind of looks like this at the moment. Oh, ignore the massive card on the front page here. So you can make yourself a deck of cards, and when you start playing, you get to select two of your units to accompany your hero in battle. And this is the battlefield, right? So you put your hero wherever, then the enemy does it, and then you put your other cards. And up here on these circles is where the turn meters are going to go, because the cards are going to have turns. It's not going to be a classical card game in the sense that one player gets to move all of his cards and then the other player gets to also move all of his cards. So it's going to be more of a tactical game with cards taking turns between each other and moving. So what I'm working right now is I'm trying to because my cards have different initiative classes, which means you know how much time it takes them to get into battle to become active so that you can use them. There are 5 initiative classes from very low to very high, and I'm trying to develop an algorithm so that I can very easily display the turn meters on top. No, I did not make the artwork myself, but I am working together with a very dedicated and talented artist. You can find our stuff on youtube.com/the Eridani Wars, if I'm not mistaken. 1 second. This page is not available. What? I think it's user the Eridani Wars. I'll post the link in chat. Just a second now. So this should be it. So you can see some of the artwork that we've been making until now on that channel right there. We've got various videos of speed paintings for it. I like the art. It's very good. I mean, the guy is very talented and he knows his craft well. But it's just so much work. It's incredible. It's yeah. Anyway, let me get back to the task at hand. So, if the initiative class for Jeff is 4, because he has very high initiative, then we multiply that by 10, we get 40. We add 1 because allegedly he moves first, and then we add another point because he is also a hero, right? So he's not a special card and he's not a unit, so that leads to a total of 42 points. And if, for example, his enemy hero was I don't know, prayer, he moves second move, then his initiative class is as well 40, the base. Then we get 0 because he's not moving first, and we get another +1 point because he's a hero, but we get 0 from here, so it's just 41. So in this case, when I would be measuring the initiatives between cards, it would be obvious that Jeff would get to move first, would get to move before prayer. So if we also add, let's say, I don't know, Bockmaster, right, which is a normal unit, and let's say that it moves first, in this case the first move. The class is high, which is 30 times 3 is times 10 is 30. Then we have the +1 from the first move. It's not a hero, so it gets 0. It's not a special card, but it does get -1, right? So the initiative would be 29 in that case, which would make it slower than, let's say, an oil fan mechanic. Oh, actually, it stays 30. Okay, that was dumb. It actually stays 30 because it gets 1 from the first move. But for example, if the oil farm mechanic would be its enemy, it would be at 29 because it doesn't get to move first since it's the enemy. And the first move is just random, so I guess people that this might need some mathematics in the future so that the people who get to move first aren't overpowered because of the whole initiative mechanics. Alright, so just the only problem that remains now is what I'm going to do in case the player or the enemy has the same card with the same initiative class twice or even 3 times or 4 times played on the battlefield, because in that at that moment um, the initiative for all 3 or 4 or both of those cards would be the exact same, and the same could also happen for, although not probable, but it could also happen between the same initiative classes of the enemy and what's it called, your cards. So in that regard, I'll have to think about a system to differentiate between between the same cards or the same initiative cards which are played. Is this even possible, actually? So if this guy moves first and he's a unit which he gets a -1, then he's going to be at 30. Okay, I think we'll have to make a bit more of a separation between, yeah, that might be needed, because there are many cases in which, I mean, this guy, this Bulkmaster, if he moves first, let me see. Actually, that should be the same. You may let the player choose which one of the same initiative cards gets. Yeah, that is a good idea, actually. That I could actually do that. How hard would that be to implement? But you see, the other problem would be that sometimes both a player card and an enemy card would have the exact same initiative, even though I'm adding +1 and -1. Let me go ahead and see if that could actually happen. So if this unit moved first and it's at 30, let's say that the enemy has, yeah, that could totally happen, right? So I think that I have to work on the mathematics a bit, because let's say that the enemy has a pit lord, right, which is a special class that moves second move. So the base initiative is 30, just like at the Bulkmaster. It doesn't move first, so it gets 0 from here. It's not a hero, so it gets 0 from here. It's also not a special unit, so it gets 0 from here. And it's also not a unit, so it doesn't get the -1, which means that both of these units have the same initiative. So the whole point was the whole point was for me to actually differentiate the units as much as possible, so that I can, I have 12 units. I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right. So the whole point would be for me to have all units like move one after the other, like 41, 40, 39, 31, 30. You get my point, right? So this would be the perfect way for me to not worry about spreading the about recalculating things during play, because I don't want to have, because all of them same issue cut in enemy player order. Well, you see, the idea is that either the enemy or the player gets to move first. It's randomized, right? Because there would be obviously some, right. So now the enemy, which is the AI, gets to move first, as you can see. So if I go back and surrender and try again, right, so now I get to move first. Yeah, so I am already throwing a coin. Uh, in case two cards with the exact same initiative would have to be played, then I could obviously also throw a coin every time that happens. Now that would also be something that could happen. Yeah. So alternatively, I could just keep working at this, so that I make sure that every class, every type of card gets the proper advantage, so to say, for either moving first or not moving first. Yeah. Well, I came in to do math, so I guess that I'll have to work on it a bit. I'm sure that this is not as exciting for anybody to watch, but it has to be done. It's part of the job. All right, so +1 for first move, +1 for hero. I wouldn't want to be subtracting too much from it either, because in that case, um, I'd be facing the same issues. Like if you could subtract 5 or add 5, then there would be the same problem. Maybe I'm thinking too small. Maybe I should be working with much higher. Um, all right, so let's see if I can get this sorted out. Because if I add too much, then we're getting dangerously close to that. Hmm. Maybe I should only add the points for if it's for the card class, and not add points for the first move thing. Like just prioritize it, because if uh, the person that gets the first move will have priority in the queue between two cards of the same initiative. So as in, if this would happen, uh, even though the base, but then no, that's not okay. That's not okay because hmm, mhm. No, I still have to do this mathematically. Maybe if this was +5, that would help me. Yeah, I think the first move does have to get a +5. So let's switch it up to true and false. And let's give it +5 for the first move, and yeah, this is going to be true, and this is going to be false. Let me just copy that. Oh, actually, this is, yeah, no. All right, so I'm going to give it a penalty for the type of card, but a +5 for the first move, right? So if it's a hero, then there's no penalty. -0 for hero, -1 for a special card, and -2 for a unit. And let me just delete this. Right. So what do we get here? So it's Jeff moves first because yeah, he moves first. So that's 45 right off the bat. And because he is a hero, actually this should also be true and false. Yes, true. So because he's a hero, he gets no penalty. Is this chat scrolling or? Okay, thought it was stuck there for a moment. It is obviously scrolling. Right, so because he's a hero, he gets no penalty to his initiative. So his total initiative is going to be 45. In the case of Prayer, who moves second, he's also very high, so that's 40, but he doesn't have the +5. He also has a 0 penalty, so his stays at 40. Then, yeah, this is false, and then this is false. And then let's go for the classic example beneath. This is Bulkmaster. He moves first. He's got 30 +5, that's 35, and then -2 because he is a normal unit. False. And then we've got false again, and then we've got false, true, which means that he's moving first. That's +5, -2. That's 33 points of initiative. And then the Pit Lord has 30 base. No, he's moving second, so he's not a hero. He is a special class, and he is not a special unit. So this is -1. So it's 30 -1, that's 29. Right, so this looks actually legitimate, I think. Okay. And if the same initiative class as the Bulkmaster gets to move first, like the 30 class, but it is a hero, then it's obviously going to move way ahead of the Bulkmaster. And that also happens for a special unit. If it's the same class, unit class, then we've got a deadlock, and both of them having the same initiative class. Can this happen for enemy and no? So if the first moving units are always going to have an advantage between +3 to +5, right? So first move is guaranteed. Actually, where should I put this? Okay, so the first moving unit is also is that correct? Yes, it is correct. So this is a lot whole easier for me to manage. Is the chat actually working, or has it stopped? I hope it hasn't stopped, because I'm not seeing any new messages. Anyway, it's not important right now. Oh, okay, so I can see that nobody posted anything. Okay, so the chat is working correctly. I was just curious. Good. So alright, so the coin flip is going to have a massive advantage. It's going to give, not a massive, but quite a big advantage uh, to the one that gets it. I should be thinking about what the other player gets for an advantage. Although, you know, in strategy, if you put down a certain card, the timer of that card is going to go all the way to the end of the initiative classes, right? To the pre-programmed turn timer, because if we've got 12 or possibly 12 turns, 12 units, then there are going to be 12 turns, and well, you can put down a card in that. Yeah. Anyway, it's not going to get to move until everybody on the until the current round, so to say, has moved. So each round is every card. Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be the best way to define this. So I'm not going to write about it, but I'll have to remember it. Actually, that's the way that strategy games do it. Like it's not my very first game development project. I have worked on a couple of others, but it is the first one that I'm getting out because I didn't get to finish the other ones. It's kind of like a passion project, so I'm not expecting anything huge out of it, but hopefully people will like it. Who knows? But yeah, this isn't the channel to come to learn about game development. It's more a learning by doing thing. So yeah, hopefully maybe in the future I'll be good enough at it. Right, so 3 to 5 parts. Okay, that's good. So let's go back. No, not here. This should be done with quite quickly, I hope. Are you a coder yourself, or have you made games before? Oh. Oh. Okay, that was dumb. I should be adding the exact amounts of initiative that every unit has, but I'll do this programmatically when the game initially starts. Yeah, learning by doing is best ways to learn. I'm making a small project of now. Oh, cool. What's it about? Is it also gaming related or just coding? I've worked on space shooty fly around. that, that sounds interesting. Well, I bet that has a lot more physics than I'm using. This is just a plain 2D game, which is going to have some special effects. I don't know if this is Steam worthy either. I mean, I'd love for it to be on Steam, and you know, if it's going to get done and finished, it should have a couple of alternate game modes like weekly championships and such. But at the moment, I'm just trying to do as much as possible on it, finish as much as possible on it. Yeah. But good luck with your shooty thing. Shooty roundy thing. Sounds interesting. Anyway. Well, it has vector math. It will have AIs flying informations and such. Oh, that's cool. That's very interesting. I also have to work on the enemy AI, and it is going to be quite a bit of work. As you can see, I've just have like there are multiple cases. Designers. Oh, I don't know. Orc MacBoys. Is that a developer? Oh, is that from Warhammer? I'm not a very big Warhammer nerd. Actually, I'm not at all. I'm guessing it's from Warhammer. Oh, the design. Okay. I get it now because their constructions their robots and technology is, you know, like all patchwork engineering. So I understand what you meant. Kind of like the goblins from World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's basically the same thing with this game. I mean, I did have a general sense and plan for it. I've got like 11 pages of game design at the moment, and this is not everything, by far not everything. There's going to be a lot more to be added on. As you can see, the math I was just working on it right now, so I didn't get to fill in the blank about the math. This is in Romanian, sorry, but it's not for public viewing, but it is sort of a design document that I'm using. Yeah, anyway, let's get back to it. Didn't care about the AI actually. So I've added these classes. Now the main thing that I have to do right now actually this, if I'm not mistaken, this sets the card down. Yeah, this is the function that sets my this is the function that sets my cards down on the battlefield, and this is also the function that appropriates the card, right? So I'm actually thinking about this. Should I what does it mean appropriates the card? It means that it copies the card, because it's very hard to copy objects in Unity. You can't just, you know, give the old data. You have to make a fresh copy and copy everything in it. So this option right here, where is it? This is it. This function just basically copies data from the persistent data, which has all of the cards instantiated in it, to itself, which means it gets the name, it gets the full name, the race of the card type, the graphics, the card codes. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. And yeah, whenever a card gets put down, it should actually automatically also appropriate the initiative classes, which I think I'm going to be doing right here. I think I'll make a new function which is going to be called appropriate initiative. Public void. Should this be? Yeah, no. Appropriate initiative. And this is going to be actually welcome back. And appropriating the initiative is going to be the card that the function that sets the proper initiative according to my mathematical calculus right here. So it's going to take a ball, which is going to mean be the first move, and it's going to kind of look like this. If this card moves first, else, and if it moves first, then we need to get the initiative of the card. Where is it? Speed class. This is a very bad name, but you know, I'll take it. We're going to take the initiative of the class and add 5 points to it. Else that is not going to be happening. That's not going to be happening. And we also need to take into account the class of the card. So we'll make a switch case because the card type is here, and we're only interested in heroes, special units, and units. So 1, 2, and 3. The abilities are cards that are just played, you know, like spells and spells and what's it called, and items. Right, so let's make a switch case. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to do it inside, and I don't even need the else for this. That's just too much. So switch card type case 1. That's for the hero type. Wait 1 second. Am I doing this right? I just think that I should be no, I'm not going to subtract. Yeah, there's no so actually I don't even need case 1 because it doesn't need to get any other points. So I'll just go for the special unit type, and then the speed class. What? Oh, okay. We decrement that, and in case 3, which is the unit class, unit type, we'll just speed class -2. Is that correct? Yes. Alright, so this should actually give us the correct initiative for each card when it is played on the battlefield. Right, because we don't need to work with the initiative if it's in the deck or in the hand of the player. There is no need for us to pre-modify that. So let's see. card type. Then we'll have to put the card type in. Actually, let's start with the first move. So let's start with the first move. First move is going to be plus first move. Then the card type. Let's put a comma here. Then we'll put the initiative. Yeah, initiative, and then plus speed class. So this way we'll be able to tell if everything worked accordingly. And we'll just need to call this. I think this is where the cards get put down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this should be it. Yeah, this is it. Actually, yeah, no, this is it. This is the place that I want to do this. So all battle cards from position. We need to do some work. Alright, thanks for watching. See you. Oh, and good luck with your project. So all battle cards from position. Get component dot appropriate for okay, who went first? I think I had a variable here. Okay, so let me just go ahead and put a ball in. This should make things a lot easier for me. Ball player first, and when I first do this, generating who goes first, if current move is 0, this means that the player goes first, then player first gets true, else player first gets false. Right, so we'll be able to use player first to call the function right here. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's add this as well here. And let's see if that worked. Okay, let's clear this. Right. Adding. Okay, first move is false, so that is correct. The card type is 1. And the initiative is 30. That is Prince Malur right here. Yeah, that's Prince Malur with a high initiative, which is 30 base. he did move first. Oh! Ah, crap. Okay, so I have to differentiate between... Yeah, I forgot to do that. Anyway. Ah, crap. So I did get everything else correctly except the fact that the guy who gets to go first I'll have to think about this one. So what we want to do here is establish. I'll have to do another if right here. Yeah. Alright, so if player first, then we'll do this like this. Else we'll have to do it with... So we'll do it with true, hard-coded because it is true, else we'll do it with false. And in the case of the enemy, it's going to be the other way around. So if the player goes first, then he gets a false in that case, and he gets a true in the other. Let's see if that works. I disable these. Can I go offline? Oh, okay. Right. So getting back to it. Okay, the card type is 1, which is a hero. True. Well, it's true for the computer. She does get to go first. And the initiative is 25 because she probably got for Kuza the normal, which is 20 plus 5. Yeah, that's okay. That looks legit. Let's go ahead and put my hero down. So my hero type is also 1 for the hero and 20 for the initiative for the medium. And then he put down another card, which is a normal card. It's got a normal initiative, but it has the first move advantage. Card type 3 and plus 3. This is going to be -1. Okay, no problem. Card type is 2, which is a special unit. And I think that this is the Warhawk, if I'm not mistaken. The initiative is going to be -1 because of that. And then he puts down his last card, which is just this guy as another special unit with initiative of 14. I'll put my last one down. And yeah, there we go. So basically the guy who moves first always gets the initiative bonus. Right, so let's go ahead and switch off some of these these debugs. This also works, so I don't need to further worry about it. What else? What else should I be doing? Anyway, I think this was enough for today, and yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in and for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.